Hey y'all, I'm here. I made it. I don't know if my is going to be really, really good enough, but the race isn't over yet. They got about 15 laps to go. They've been having like one wreck right after the other here at the end. So I've still got it on in another tab, kind of watching that while I diamond paint and go live. So you just kind of bear with me there a little bit. I hope my connection is good enough to keep the live going along with the streaming. So this race was supposed to be over hours ago. It has been one mess after another in this thing today. Hey, Dreamer. Hey, Ashley. Robert. Hey, Linda. It will switch back to FS1 after the conclusion of this race with 14 laps to go. So yeah, it's been a mess of a race. I hate to pull away now and miss the end of it because it's been a really good one today. But I didn't want to leave y'all hanging and waiting either, so figured I'd go ahead and go live and just kind of finish up watching it. Home game for crew chief Randall for Nat. Let's see. Just a pile of cars. You're all over 3 wide. There were 4 wide off of 4. Still getting it sorted out. There we go. And Justin Bailey was part of that log jam right there, backing up toward traffic. There. Now I got both windows open. Hey, Diane. That's a name I haven't seen pop up in chat before. Bev T, hello, hello. Looks like Kyle Busch is going to walk away with this one. Dylan peeking into the action there, that's 77. And I never thought I'd hear myself say, that's actually pretty cool. I never was a Kyle Busch fan. And this is for 19. Well, welcome to the channel, Diane. As I said when I came in, I've been watching this NASCAR race all afternoon. It's been kind of insane. It should have been over hours ago. It started at 2 o'clock this afternoon. They got like a lap and a half in and had a wreck, and then it started lightning around the track. So they had like an hour and 45-minute lightning delay, and then they got the race restarted again, and then it's just been one wreck right after another. They've had 2 red flags to clean up messes and fix the wall, and yeah, it's been a mess. So really can't believe how fast this front bunch got singled out. We hit single file all the way back to what 8th, 9th place. Like where we are on the right side of your screen. So nothing really new this week, I guess. If you're one of my Patreons, then you've seen that I've got a little series going on my Patreon about rock tumbling. We just did the week 2. Just did the week 2 of my rock tumbling, and I should be taking those out either tonight or tomorrow, and I have to film that and putting them over into a next stage. 19 car just shot through the center of that corner, didn't he? Now look how Harvick had to lift there at the wall. Both of them got around him, maybe even Byron. That was a great. Scott Dixon is not in this race. This is NASCAR. This isn't that open wheel stuff. Come back for Byron. After falling out of the top 15, getting tires, working his way back up through the top 10. Still single file up front. I kind of don't watch the open wheel stuff. It's not my thing. Front group single file. Hey, Phyllis. Phyllis, you need to quit attacking my base in Coin Master. I'm telling you. I come back, all my shields were used up, and it said, Phyllis, attack your base. I had to do repairs and everything. No, Indy was last weekend, Bev T. That was last Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. They normally do Memorial Day weekend is really early in the morning U.S. time, is the Grand Prix of Monaco, which is the biggest race in F1. And then the early afternoon is the Indy 500. And then that night is usually the Coke 600 in Charlotte for the NASCAR guys. IndyCar does the Indy 500, of course. But NASCAR ended up running Monday because it rained in Charlotte on Sunday night.
Wow, that's close. They're battling. That's a good job. Him and Lloyd are working well together.
I don't mind the IndyCar and the F1. I know a lot of people that are really into it. I never could get into it. It just didn't seem, I don't know. NASCAR drivers always seem to be more relatable type people. They're like, they seem just like regular blue collar guys compared to, the wealthy wine and cheese type drivers of Formula One and IndyCar.
If that's the case here for Bubba. You can just see the disappointment on Randall Burnett's face right there. How close.
Oh, Phyllis, when you spin the thing on Coin Master, when you spin the thing and it says attack, it takes you randomly to attack somebody's base, and just so happens it took you to attack mine.
He learned his lesson. He watched all of those replays. Turned that wheel to the outside, got into the wall early. There you see a good shot right through that wheel. No brake rotor on it. 4 races in a row.
Oh, got some 8s in there.
5 for Bubba.
There's
See, that's like a dust shield on the back of the rotor you see.
I'm down to these last few colors on this section, and it's
right at the top of the wheel.
When you're working with 100 colors and you're only trying to sort through till you find the last 3 that you need.
Yeah, that right there, that's the rotor. See it broke right there? That's what's left of it. Everything else came out.
And we had another wreck.
Thanks, guys. Good shot.
Bubba Wallace.
We have our safety team on the front straightaway looking for there's debris, and there's a lot of it. That was Casey. That was the fellow that retrieved your phone. Now he's retrieving brake rotor parts. They've had a heck of a day, haven't they? He's had a busy day. Well, what you got to be careful for, don't run over these brake parts. All these spotters on that roof, you tell me, do you see anything on this racetrack?
Oh, wow. Cool, Diane. Yeah, actually, it just poured down raining out of nowhere here just a little bit ago. I ran to the store I don't know, I guess about 3 o'clock. I ran to the store. It was bright, sunny, and warm and hot. And I was sitting here watching the race about an hour ago, and it just started pouring. Can't exactly figure out why.
Such a great day going to again, Bubba.
I didn't think we were expecting any rain.
5 laps away from what could have been a top 10 finish. Yeah, it would have been, I think. And it breaks his string of top 5s at the 3. Top 5 finish. 4 for the All-Star race. Yes. Yeah. That was a great run in the All-Star race. Right out there. Jamie?
Yeah, I was interested after we saw Noah Gregson lose a brake motor there and get into the wall. I asked his crew chief, Luke Lambert, what's going on, why we're seeing these failures today. And he said, well, this particular track has such long straightaways that it cools down the brake rotors and then it keeps up again in the corners. And it's the cycle that is wearing them out. Whereas on a short track, they just stay hot the whole time and they don't typically cycle like we're seeing today.
Sounds to me like NASCAR has a brake rotor problem. They've had like 6 cars have shattered brake rotors today. So.
You're sick.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I was saying that earlier. They want to run an optimum temperature. It's like taking a glass out of your dishwasher and putting it in cold water. I mean,
You're almost done with the Justice League. You started on that, what, like 5 days ago?
This season have ended in overtime. The leader at the scheduled distance.
Y'all, I pick on Ashley because she finishes diamond paintings quicker than anybody I've ever seen. I don't know how she does it.
But on every restart over these last 4 or 5 cautions, he has prevailed. Kyle Busch has gotten out with the lead.
Look at Brad Keselowski.
I started working on this again in February, and I've gotten a 100 by 40 section almost done. And in that time, Ashley has finished like 6 diamond paintings or more.
Some points here. It sucks that it's that way. It's terrible to run around.
And she finishes big ones, not just little bitty ones or anything.
Have a promising weekend ahead of you, but that's why you never give up. At the end of the season.
Yeah, that's where this is at, Phyllis. This is the St. Louis race. You know what? I have a week's vacation coming to me, and the company really strongly urges us to take our vacation time every year. They want us to take it, like for our own good and our own mental health and everything. I'm seriously thinking about taking off a week around my birthday, or maybe even just taking off. Like my birthday's on a Thursday this year, so I'm thinking about getting a hold of my hiking partner and saying, "Hey, man, let's go somewhere for like I'm going to be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday." Or maybe just take that whole week off, Monday through Friday, and then I'll have the weekend before and the weekend after off as well. So that gives me like 9 days off. And I'm going to go on a good long hiking trip somewhere, I think. Maybe go to North Carolina and do the Foothills Trail from beginning to end, all 79 miles. That sounds like it'd be fun.
I like the fact that I almost got underneath Larson.
And that way I can still be out on. See, I planned on being on the trail for my birthday this year, but I planned on being on the Appalachian Trail somewhere right around the halfway point in Pennsylvania right now, coming up on my birthday. And unfortunately, that didn't work out. So I'd still kind of like to be out on the trail on my birthday this year somewhere. I am using my Firefly tray, Dreamer. And have y'all seen, oh my goodness, have y'all seen the new tray they're coming out with? Oh, wow. She gave a sneak peek of it. It won't be out until next month when they come back from vacation. But, wow. Talk about one of the most versatile trays I've ever seen. It folds up like, like the fold up cell phone cases. So it's basically like 2 trays this size that fold up together like this. Well, maybe they're bigger than this one, because inside of that folded up tray is 2 of these in each side. So you can pull those out, and then you have 2 trays underneath on each side. And then you have like the 2 connected ones, 2 like this. And then inside of this, you have 4 smaller ones that are 4 small trays you can take out and use. It's amazing. And they all have all but the little tiny small ones have the flip open spout that is spill proof. So, and it's so cool. Yeah, I love my Firefly trays. I can't see myself ever using something else. With their little, oh, wait, maybe y'all can't even see the bottom of the painting. Haha, there you go.
That's something that they don't have to their advantage right now.
Ah, there you go. Hello, Nana.
All right, overtime sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Oh, they're finally going into green, white checker.
We hope.
But if they don't make it back to the start finish line to take the white flag, then they got to restart it again. Nana won a crafting table. Whoa. She ain't going to know what to do with herself.
Kyle Busch well out front. The fights for second.
Yep.
Look at the inside of Larson.
Kyle Busch is going to win it, y'all.
Last year's winner is going to get there.
And I ain't too upset about it. I used to hate Kyle Busch.
It's official, so all you got to do is bring it around here.
But he switched teams, got out of them Toyotas, got into Chevys. He's driving for Dale Earnhardt's old car owner. And he just seems to be fitting in really well over there.
And his 63rd career victory in the NASCAR Cup Series.
How about old Braxton in there?
How about that home game for the crew chief?
That River Renat's a good man. Smart. You like hanging out with him and Bilbridge. This is a good team. Lethal combination between him and that driver behind the wheel, Kyle Busch.
It took 5 restarts over the last.
Wait, oh no. I put all those in the wrong spot.
For Kyle Busch to prevail.
At least they're an odd enough color that I know which ones they are.
This season, tied for the most complete lap. And it's the 11th season in his Cup career. He's had at least 3 victories. Richard Childress Racing, career win number 116.
It's fun to see RCR back. Fun to see RC in victory lane. Nobody celebrates the win better than Richard Childress. This group's a lot of fun. A lot of good years over there. Need to see them back on top. He was such a good driver behind the wheel.
This is the 25th different Cup Series track.
Man, that is so awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. It's going to be such a difference sitting at one of those instead of your kitchen table.
The 9th time he's won them from the pole. You talk about having a burnout. When you talk about winning, there's a lot that are associated with Kyle Busch.
Well, that's good that you're going to feed it.
I need to get a bow here for those.
It's good that you're going to feed it, Dreamer, because somebody needs to.
And a popular win. This Midwestern crowd. Here's the family.
You know, I go to so many houses. Like out in the country, usually out on some back road trail, you know, and they have these dogs. And the poor old dog looks like nobody really cares about it. It almost looks like it's a stray, but you know it belongs to them because it hangs around their house. But the dog looks like it's not fed. And I'm just like, how can you have a dog and just not take care of it?
Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson did not make it easy for Kyle Busch. 5 late restarts. Getting the win. Regan Smith.
Kyle Busch starts from the pole. Had a lot of work in the middle to get there, Kyle, but you complete the perfect weekend. Yeah, absolutely. That was pretty awesome. To sit on the pole, lead all on laps, and
All right, one more drill in that section. Y'all, I've only got one little section here to do, and I'm a quarter of the way done with this thing.
First week Denny Hamlin on half a second. Returning on third, Kyle Larson and Martin Truex. The top 5. We are headed to Sonoma for our final NASCAR on Fox race of the season. We'll see you in Sonoma. Thanks for watching. Now,
There we go.
CONCACAF Champions League Finals, second leg.
All right,
On FS1.
race is done. Yeah, a quarter of the way done. That means it took me from February until June to do a quarter of this diamond painting. So I still got 3 times as long left. So about 4 months to do a quarter of it. So let's see. That means 4, 4, 4. That means I still got another year till I'm done. Oh no. Another year. But as soon as I get this done, I think what I'm going to do is when I get this section done here, I've noticed my drills along the bottom here just aren't sticking really well. They're not popping. They're not. I'm not having popping drill issues. It's just that this thing has had drills put on it and had them stripped off and put on and stripped off so many times that the adhesive is just kind of not sticky anymore. So I think what I'm going to do before I let it hang down off the front of the desk here or hang underneath, I'm going to just kind of seal this bottom inch or so across and make sure that that's sealed so that it doesn't come off when it's hanging down there, so that I'm not replacing drills at the end. And then I'll just pull it over the table like this in front of me and start working from here up. I'll move it so that this here is right here, and I'll do the next 40 centimeters. Yeah, Nana, I know. I kind of want my granddaughter to still be young enough to enjoy her pretty Disney painting before she becomes a young adult. She is now almost 10. Oh, cool, Diane. Okay, well, I mean, you're kind of new. You're new, so I'll give you a little background. I started diamond painting in 2018, August of 2018. I bought my first one. I was hooked from the minute I started working on it. I started this channel on May the 4th of 2019. I just did my 4-year anniversary celebration. And I took about a year off from doing YouTube last year. I came back right around Christmas time, this past Christmas, and I've been back pretty heavy ever since. I've since started a Patreon and a merch shop, and yeah, so things are going good. And so now you welcome to the family. Hank, what are you doing? What are you doing, Hank? What's up, buddy? All right, where am I at? Cool. I can actually turn this light pad down a little bit. There we go. And let me get the picture for you, Diane, and you'll see what I'm working on here. If you saw the thumbnail for this live, then you saw the picture. But I will pull up an image here and let you see it. I've got it here on my phone. If the camera picks it up very well. There it is. That's the image I'm working on. The painting is 100 wide by 165 tall, which means it's 5.5 feet tall by 3 feet wide. What you see here is the bottom 40 centimeters of it, and it extends over outside of camera view on the other side. So you're only actually seeing about 50, this right here to right here is 50 centimeters. And so there's another 50 centimeters, actually 50 centimeters goes to right about there. So 50 centimeters from there to here, and then there's another 50 over that way to the right. Well, this is for my granddaughter. My daughter-in-law and her mom, and now my two granddaughters are just ate up with Disney. They go 2-3 times a year. They have been for, I don't know, the last 4 or 5 years at least. Everybody's birthday, my granddaughter's birthday, they go to Disney. My daughter-in-law's birthday, they go to Disney. My son's mother-in-law's birthday, they go to Disney. I've been once, Nana, but that was 1989. I was in 11th grade. So actually probably 19. Yeah. Christmas of 89 is my junior year of high school. So Christmas of 89, we went for Christmas and New Year's. In fact, I spent Christmas morning, we went to Magic Kingdom and saw the Disney's Very Merry Christmas Parade thing that they, televise live on Christmas mornings, or they used to. We were there for that. And then we went and stood in line 4 hours for Space Mountain, rode Space Mountain, and said, it's too busy here in the park today. Let's go to Epcot. So we went to Epcot and spent all the rest of Christmas Day at Epcot Center, rode everything there. There wasn't a crowd at Epcot. It was nice. No, Diane, they live in Memphis, Tennessee, or just north of Memphis, Tennessee. I live in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I live closer to Disney than they do. Oh, wow. So you've been to Disney World in California, right? Or did you go to Disney in Florida? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen the one in California. I lived in San Diego for about a year, and I had some friends of mine that took off on a day trip on a weekend and went up to Disneyland. I didn't go with them because I decided to stay home and just drink myself into oblivion like I did pretty much every weekend in the Navy. Oh no, I definitely need that light pad turned up a little bit. I can't see my symbols. There we go. Yeah, that's what my Navy life was like. On duty 12 hours a day, and the time I wasn't on duty, I was at home drinking. All right. Let's see. GK. Do I have any Ks? Do I have any K? KKK. Where's the Ks? KKKKK. I don't see any Ks. Man, that part, this one is sticky. Ooh. This is all brand new adhesive. I had to lay new adhesive on this the last time I stripped them off. I don't have any little angle bar. Do I have ends? I know I have to have ends. There's got to be plenty of ends in there. Maybe not. This thing is so bad. If you could see a close-up of this, there are X, W, V, M, and N are all similar color blue squares on the printing with white letters for the symbol. And all of them are in the same section of colors together, like the same DMC codes or whatever, close to one another. So you're sitting here trying to look at white V's on a blue background and distinguish that between a W, an M, and an N. I swear the little Chinaman that designed this canvas was a sadist. How do you fit a diamond painting by doing that with new glow on it? Oh, I'm going to say back in 2019, somewhere around there, you can go on AliExpress and you can buy little rolls of the same double-sided adhesive that they use on there. And so you just pull it out like that, roll it out like tape, like you need it, cut it off, smooth it down, and then you can peel off the backing just like you would on this. I bought a roll of, this is, I think, 5 centimeter tape. This one is 5 centimeter, and I have a roll of 1 centimeter as well. You can buy it in rolls that wide. Like if you wanted to buy one with a roll that wide so that you could just do a whole section, you can buy it like that too. And it's not really expensive. I'm thinking about buying a bigger roll of it like that, just in case something like this happens again. URS. Nope. Circle T. Nope. Circle U. Nope. D. Nope. C. Nope. B. Nope. Okay, nothing in the first work column. Oh, and by the way, this is also, Diane, this is, oh, this one is 100 colors. This one is 100 colors. And doing the math, I came out with 277,000 drills. These are all the ones so far that will not fit into Harbor Freight containers that I still have to use. And I have all of my drills for this kit in Harbor Freight containers already. Yeah, this is a project. This is my year-long project. Yeah, Miss Krista, I know. And she doesn't, and of course, Royal doesn't even do, they can do they're doing customs by request now, but they're not doing just like pre-done images anymore, which is kind of a bummer. But the customs they do are still going to be max color and big. So if you want a custom that you know is going to look good in the end because it's big and has all the colors necessary to provide all the detail you can imagine, then you definitely want to go there and order it. It's not going to be cheap. I'm going to tell you that now. This diamond painting cost me $300. So I don't know if it still exists, Diane, but there is a company out of Germany. It's called Diamond Painting Deutschland. They do ones like this with lots and lots of colors and big. And also you can go to Heaven and Earth Designs. They do cross stitch, but you can do conversions of their cross stitch into diamond painting, which of course you can convert any cross stitch into diamond painting. You have to use a 10 count. Basically, you have to treat it like it's a 10 count cross stitch, like you're using 10 count fabric. But yeah, you can, Heaven and Earth Designs has some kits that are pre-made for into diamond paintings, and they are huge. You know, Dreamer, I said that too, and I'll be honest with you. For me, it's going to be worth it when I take this thing up to Tennessee and I pull it out and I hand it to my granddaughter and it's bigger than she is. That look on her face is going to be worth every penny and every moment of sitting here in front of this thing that I'm going to spend. I have a lot of large cross stitch patterns here too, Diane. I'm of the mindset of go big or go home with pretty much everything I do. I'm just, I think I'm a masochist. I have several cross stitch patterns. One is a University of Alabama tailgate pattern. It's got the Alabama mascot, a pickup truck with the tailgate down, a cooler on it, Alabama logos on everything, little pom-poms and little shakers like you take to the game. I mean, it's got all of it, and it's huge. It's just a giant piece of fabric is going to be needed for that one. And it's like 82 colors. I would seal as I go on this one, but the problem is I'm going to have to bring it back down under the desk, and like it's going to have to bend. And when I seal it, they're not bendable anymore. And then you end up cracking the sealant, and then it looks all crappy, and you can't really fix it. And after all this work, I don't want to have something that I can't fix put on top of it. Oh, they really are, Miss Krista. They really are. I fully agree with you on that. Because I want my finished product to look as close to the original image as I possibly can. And the only way you can do that in diamond painting is go huge. Go huge and as many colors as you can fit. It's like I tell everybody, you can have a 40 by 50 with 50 colors is going to have approximately the same amount of detail as like a 60 by 90 with like 35 colors. So, I mean, you're going to get good detail out of that 60 by 90 with 35 colors, but you're only going to get about the same as you would from a 40 by 50 with 50 colors. So the more colors you have and the bigger it is, the more detail you're going to have. Man, I'm all the way down through my second row. Wait, no, that's circle X. FL. There we go. I found one that I need one from. Just one. I have one drill of this color in this section. And this is actually a purple. It's like a really beautiful, it's 333. It's a beautiful purple, but on the camera it looks blue. Hi, Odd. Hey, Katie. It's been a while since I've seen you. Oh, it's okay, Odd. Have you seen the finished product? Did you see it all done yet? Here, I'll just in case anybody hasn't seen it yet. There we go. That one's done now. Yeah, it really turned out nice when you got out of those. It's absolutely gorgeous, Nana. Yours is on the way too, Nana. Yours and Dawn Marie's. Actually, there was quite a bit left over from each color. Odd. Hey, Chantel. Yes, I did, Chantel. I finished it. I finished it like the following weekend after I did my 24-hour live. I worked on it all through the next week and finished it the following weekend. And here I thought I was going to get the whole thing done in 24 hours. You see how that worked out. I overestimated myself. But I have a habit of that. And it usually gets me into trouble. Like the boss says, hey, Dave, can you do this for me? Inside, I'm going, I have no clue how to do what it is you're asking me to do. But I look at him and go, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, sure. Leave it to me. And I end up fumbling my way through it until I get it right. And they're usually impressed with the work I did. But inside, I'm going, man, I hope it holds up. Because if they knew that I didn't know what I was doing, they never would have let me do this. Really? Seriously? I only had 2 of those? All right. Have you seen the Chicken War 2022? No, I have not seen the Chicken War 2022. I'll have to go check that out. I don't even know what the Chicken War 2022 is, but it already kind of has my interest. Just by the name of it. Okay, this one I know I only have 3 of on the canvas, so. Okay, I'll go check it out. Because it sounds interesting. I mean, is this kind of like the big chicken sandwich war they had between, what is it, Popeyes and Chick-fil-A and somebody else? All Wendy's, I think, was included in it with the spicy chicken sandwiches. This section appears to have no M's, just V's and W's. Yeah, not the chicken sandwich war. That's all you saw on TikTok for like 6 months was people arguing about chicken sandwiches. You need more than that. Oh yeah, the banners around town too. Yeah, all of the restaurant signs were throwing shade at each other. Yeah. And you know what? I actually tried one of each during that whole time, and I really couldn't even pick a winner. A spicy chicken sandwich is a spicy chicken sandwich. I mean, honestly, it's not like it's gourmet food. It's fast food. He said, "No, Dave, not like that." Okay. Well, I will go check it out. Probably when I get done here. Before I put on another episode of Love Boat. Y'all, I've been watching freaking reruns of Love Boat. And now I think I understand why I've always just jumped into relationships so quickly. Because that's what I had growing up to learn from, was the Love Boat. These people get on this damn ship, and the very next day they're in love with this person, and they're already engaged and everything else 5 days later when they get off the ship. Quite the example for a young, impressionable mind, such as myself when I was young. I thought that's the way love worked. And that's why I just end up jumping right into relationships, and that's why they don't last. But it's still a funny show. It's hilarious. Even though all the characters are so predictable. Case of which fast food franchise you prefer, I think that's what it came down to, is the fact of, just it was who their favorite fast food franchise was. Um, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Of the three, if I had to pick a winner of the three that were really involved in that, I'm going to say Popeyes. Popeyes had a bigger piece of chicken. That's why. I mean, I don't normally prefer Popeye's chicken. Like, if I'm going to have chicken, I prefer KFC. But I really do think that Popeyes won the chicken sandwich war, at least in my opinion, if I had to pick a winner. I tell you what I used to like, and they don't sell them anymore, was KFC used to sell the I can't remember what they called it. Was it the double down chicken sandwich? It was just two chicken fillets with the toppings in between. No bun. The chicken fillets were the bun. Hands down, best chicken sandwich ever. Messy, but the best chicken sandwich ever. And plus, I don't know if they still do it or not, but KFC used to be able to get the bucket. It was a bucket almost the same size as their chicken bucket, but it was a drink cup for Mountain Dew, and you could get that whole thing filled with Mountain Dew and then take it back in for like cheap refills. This thing was the same size as like their chicken. I used to grab one of those every night when I was driving. When I was driving dump trucks, we did a lot of night jobs in Delaware on the main highway, and I would go into KFC when I got there, when I got out on the job site, and I'd walk in and I'd grab one of them giant buckets of Mountain Dew, and then just before they closed, I would go grab another. I'd get a refill on it so that I had it for the rest of the night. That's what it was. Double down sandwiches. That's right. Hey, Deborah. Yep, double down sandwiches. Those were so good. They were messy as hell, but they were so good. Whoever came up with that idea in their marketing department was a genius. It's like, let's just forget about the bun. How about we just make the chicken patties the bun? But the worst part was you could get it grilled. Okay, the one with the breading wasn't so bad. You know, you could manage that. You could hold that in your hand. And you wouldn't get your hands all in that. But they actually made it in grilled. So you were sitting there with like 2 grilled chicken fillets, and it was all greasy and oily. J Rob, hello. Great to see you too. Hadn't heard from you in a while. How's that baby doing? Probably growing up faster than you want her to. Hey, Berta. He's adorable. He turned 9 months. 9 months already. Wow. They don't stay little for long. At least it doesn't seem like they do. Before you know it, he'll be running all over the house. You'll be chasing them everywhere. I was in a house the other day. The woman's got like 7 kids. They're all under the age of 16. And she homeschools all of them. So they and she's got a kitchen towel hanging on the handle of her stove in the kitchen that says, "I'm so tired of babysitting my mom's grandchildren." Yeah, there's Hank. Hi, buddy. I'm guessing that the list was really full for the Ohio retreat, J. Rob, because myself and one other person filled out the Google form back in like February, I think, to get on the waiting list. And we never heard anything back from you. It was either January or February we filled it out. It's probably a good thing you didn't get back to me because I ended up hitting some pretty rough financial times and I couldn't afford to go now if I really wanted to. So even if you said, hey, you're up. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Made it through 25 people. Hank, you're a mess. You're a mess. There's plenty of room right up here you can lay down. Yep. Yeah. I know you like getting up here and stretching out on the canvas because you just got to be right in front of me all the time or the world isn't right. Yeah. Hey, Michelle. All right, Hank, I've got to diamond paint here. I can't work like this. I cannot work like this. You know, J Rob, I started doing that when I came back from my break. I would actually sit there and time the blowing it out onto the desk so that it would like spread out across the desk just as it was coming online to go live. And when I was doing videos, I would do that at the very beginning of the video. Just as I hit record, I would blow it out and make it come across the desk. So that was like my opening, like coming in off of my intro. Here, you come right there. There you go. You can lay down right there. There's a good spot. Yeah, see? There's a good spot. There's a good Hank spot right there. There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's a good Hank spot. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to lay right there and go to sleep. Yeah, I do my special effects. I've been like, making tornadoes. Hank doesn't like people playing with his little socks either. He's not the same bouncy, active Hank that he was. He's got a few years on him now. Let's see, I've had him now since like February of 2019. So, and he was 3 years old when I got him. So he's he's 7 years old now. But now Arya is coming around. She's starting to be a little more sociable, the best way to put it. And she actually comes to me for attention now where she never used to. I mean, she might be getting ready to come back into heat again. I don't know. I kind of hope not. But it is about that time, so. Yeah, that's about the only vape trick I know besides blowing O's is the tornadoes. But I can't do the twin vertices like some guys can do that, and they actually make two of them that actually wrap around each other and make a double helix. I haven't figured out how to do that part yet. Well, it's been about a month, I think. She's usually pretty good about, she stays on a cycle just like a woman, about a month. Sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less. But even now, during the times in between, she's still very she needs that attention. She's over there sleeping behind my guitar now. Arya. She ain't even lifting her head up. It must be cat napping time this time in the evening, I guess. And man, I've been doing it for so long, I'm so used to it now. I did it first when I got my first mod that actually put out big clouds. It used to choke me too. And then I learned the secret to actually, that's and how you hit it, because most people hit a vape like they would a cigarette. They inhale it into their mouth first and then inhale into their lungs. And you don't do that when you're taking that amount of vape at once. You go straight to lung, like you're trying to breathe through a big straw. Like you just, you don't go into your mouth at all. It just kind of passes through there to get to your lungs. Hank is the fog stopper. It just kind of hits him right there and it stops. Oh, Hank, did you change the thermostat, buddy? It's getting hot in here. Oh, you're gonna roll. You're gonna fall off the front of the desk. You keep doing that. His head is almost hanging off the front of the desk. No, you're gonna fall off. Dopey doo. There. There. There you go. All right. That's better. Ain't it? Ain't that better? Yeah. He is laying there with one paw under his head and propping his head up so that he can watch while I'm diving. Oh my goodness, Hank. If y'all could see it from the direction I'm seeing. You know how like homeless people sleep on the street with the one paw with their one hand like up under their head, like that's what he looks like. It really is. Let's see if he'll let me take his picture. Hank is bad about not letting you take his picture. As soon as you pull out the camera, he changes position and no, he did it. Cool. There he is. He is. He's adorable. Yeah, there's his little paw right there. You can see it. It's like, nope, I pull it back here. I'm going to hold it tighter. That's cute. Oh, Hank. Hey, Cajun. You see, Arya is different. When she sleeps, she just sprawls. I mean, she's funny. She lays on her belly with her feet stretched out straight behind her. She kind of looks like roadkill. How's Beth lately? I'm guessing she's okay. She had her surgery on her. She had some vertebrae fused in her neck a couple weeks ago, and she hasn't been around much since then. She pops in every now and then. We basically just kind of send memes back and forth to one another to when we find something interesting. But otherwise, I haven't heard a whole lot from her. But I think she's okay. Right now, it's just cuteness overload. It really is. And I think Hank knows it. Hank knows he's damn cute. And he plays it up. I think cats in general know it. I think she'll be okay, Berta, once she's had time to recover from the surgery and all, and but I don't think she's been able to do a whole lot, which I can understand. Oh, I will do, Berta. She may even pop in here. I don't know. I mean, she does pop into Zoom every now and then and say hi, and or she'll at least pop into our group chat we have on Facebook and say hi to us. Yeah, I sent her a video I found like 2 or 3 days ago, and she answered back. So I'm pretty sure they got her on some decent painkillers. Probably making her feel pretty good. There's Arya. Hi, Arya. Come here. Oh, Hank, you didn't like the fact that I'm talking to Arya, huh? Oh, that did make him very happy. Oh, you're on your way home from vacation. Where'd you go? Where did you go on vacation? We want to hear it. We want to hear all about it. Hi, Hank. Oh, we're back to this, are we? Galveston. Awesome. I want to go down that way. I want to go down to Brownsville, and I want to go see the SpaceX complex down there. I actually was giving it consideration the other night. I was sitting there talking. I was watching. Every week there's a channel on YouTube that the guy that runs the channel is a pilot, and he takes a small plane up and does a flyover of the entire SpaceX complex and takes lots of pictures. And if you're a member of the site, which that's one of the few sites that I actually pay for a membership for, or one of the few YouTube channels I actually pay for a membership for, on Friday night, they will sit down with all the members in a special live stream, and the members can help them analyze the pictures of what's changed, what they think what kind of new innovation they're trying to do by looking at the pictures and stuff like that. And then on Saturday, they do a live stream for the public that's usually about 3 hours long, where they sit there and go through all the pictures and show the public what they think is, SpaceX is up to and what they're building and that kind of thing. And so I was watching that, and SpaceX is actually, there used to be a village right there where the complex is. It was called Boca Chica Village, and people lived there, and SpaceX bought all the property around the village and built up their big complex there. And a lot of those people sold their places and moved. There's still a few people, you know, holdouts that are still living there. But for the most part, SpaceX ended up buying out all those properties when those people moved, and they use it for housing for their employees. So their employees can move to Boca Chica and live just outside the gate of the complex where they work. And they also have big grassy areas inside the complex that are all like Airstream trailers. And that's for employee housing as well. And I almost gave it serious consideration of actually trying to go and see what kind of job openings they had. And if they had something that was worth the money to do it, I would seriously go to work for SpaceX and move down there and live in an Airstream trailer or one of those houses there. And that would be a kind of a dream job for me. Always wanted to work in the space industry. I mean, I didn't get my first choice, which was astronaut. That didn't happen. But I am a space nerd, and I would love to have a job doing pretty much just about. I would scrub toilets at SpaceX if that's what I had to do just to work there. And I would absolutely love to meet Elon Musk. I honestly think just being in the vicinity of that man must be quite an inspiring place to be as a worker. It's like he just has this thing that makes you feel like you want to work. You want to make him happy. Oh, Lord, Berta. I do. I would love to. I mean, just to have a job that's doing something on that Starship rocket. If it means just being the guy that goes behind and makes sure all the bolts are torqued properly, I would, just to say that I was, working on Starship would be a dream come true. Y'all are funny. Hank, what are you doing, buddy? You had to walk 20 miles today, Dreamer? What in the world were you doing? You had to walk 20 miles today. Yeah, Berta, what's up? What is it? What's the story? You've always got a good story, though. There's got to be something. You're good for good stories, Berta. So, yeah. What is it? Ignoring. Oh, Deborah, I meant to ask you, what's the deal with y'all's punter up there on the Bills? I've heard he's under investigation for something, but at the same time, there's evidence that shows that he wasn't involved with it. And I figure you probably know more about it than we do because we just hear the secondhand stuff on ESPN. That's probably like a big news story there. Yeah, the last I saw was that he was named in the essay, but the state's attorney or something like that said their investigation turned up that he wasn't there because they had like camera footage and everything else that showed that he wasn't even at the party at the time that the alleged incident took place. So he wasn't even part of it, but he had been there earlier in the evening, but had left before that incident went down. And they also said that it appeared that whatever incident did go down appeared to be consensual with the other people that were involved. So I'm just wondering if maybe he had gotten cleared of it or. I mean, if he was wrongfully accused, I hope he does get cleared of it because there's nothing in the world I hate see more than somebody get wrongfully accused for something like that and when it can ruin their life. And somebody trying to get rich quick by it wasn't me. No, it wasn't me either, Nana. I was not involved. I wasn't invited to that party. Oh, I did have some, y'all. Last Monday, okay, I didn't go live last Sunday because of the race and all. And so I went to bed Sunday night, woke up about 1:30 Monday afternoon, Memorial Day. Went to go to the bathroom, and my bathroom ceiling was in my bathroom floor and in my toilet. My upstairs neighbor's wax ring on their toilet gave up, and it was just pouring the water into my ceiling, and it collapsed my ceiling in on my toilet. And finally got the maintenance man over here that afternoon, late that afternoon, and he went up there and basically told the guy, you can't use your toilet tonight, or try not to use it, whatever. And the guy was like, yeah, I'll try not to. So the maintenance man came and he cleaned up all of the big chunks that were in my floor in my bathroom and in my toilet. And then he closed the lid and he put a bucket on the lid of my toilet. And all I heard most of the night was water pouring out of the ceiling into that bucket. My neighbors flushed toilet water falling down into my bucket in my bathroom. So he was obviously using his toilet like normal all night, and it was pouring into my bathroom. And meanwhile, I'm having to go outside to go pee. So we got that all fixed. So now I've still got a big gaping hole in my ceiling in my bathroom, and he's got to get the sheetrock guy scheduled to come in and fix that. But then I come home. I went to work Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? No, it was Wednesday. I went to work Wednesday, and I came home Wednesday night, and there's water dripping out of my kitchen ceiling. Here, the air conditioner drain line from their apartment up there was clogged and was backing up and was dripping into my ceiling in my kitchen. Yeah, it wasn't dripping on anything important. It was dripping on the floor. It wasn't dripping on the counter or the stove or anything like that. So it wasn't hitting anything. It wasn't dripping on any food or anything like that. It was just dripping into the kitchen floor. When I came home, there was a puddle in the kitchen floor, and the cats were scared to go in there. As I came home to give them their treats, and they wouldn't come in the kitchen for nothing. They were like cowering at the kitchen door. And I was wondering why, because I didn't know. And then all of a sudden I heard this noise. I turned around and looked, and there's a puddle in the kitchen floor, and the ceiling's dripping. And they were scared to death of that water dripping out of the ceiling. It just was an inopportune thing with the bathroom. That was just their wax ring on their toilet, that wax ring that you set your toilet down onto that seals it to that pipe. That wax ring just gave up on them. I mean, they're kind of old. After a while, they just stopped working. Just so happened that it did that day. But now the kitchen ceiling, like I said, that was the air conditioner drain line that leads from the air conditioner, and it's supposed to run out the back of the house and then drip out the back side of the apartment. The air conditioner drain line up there was clogged, and he had to go blow it out, and it worked just fine. There's no more dripping in my kitchen. There's no more dripping anywhere now. All I've just got is a big gaping hole in the bathroom above my toilet. And I've still got I've got to clean my bathroom because there's still like little chunks of sheetrock like all down behind my toilet and stuck to the rim of the bowl and everything that I've got to get off of there. But I might as well not clean it if they're going to bring the sheetrock people out to do sheetrocking in there, because they're going to get stuff all over everything. And maybe they'll clean it up in the process of cleaning up their own mess. So I won't have to worry about doing it myself. Excuse me, Hank. You say they're bouncing on you, Berta? Reminds me of that video of the bouncy puppy. My son and daughter-in-law got a dog that looks just like that bouncy puppy in that little video that they're excited. Aria's got her nightly routine now. Now, when I go to bed, I'll get up out of the chair, I'll turn off my lights and stuff out here, and I'll go back to the bedroom. And she follows me in there and she jumps up on the bed. And then she is just like beside herself with excitement that I'm going to bed. Like she will sit there and pace back and forth on the top on the bed, like on my side where I'm getting ready to climb into bed at. And she will like put her front paws up on me and start rubbing her face on me. And then she'll jump down and she'll pace back and forth. And she'll go over to the blankets and start making biscuits in blankets. And then she'll come back up and she'll jump up on me again and she'll pace back and forth. And then as soon as I lay down in the bed, that's all she does is she paces back and forth over top of me. Back and she's just so excited that I'm going to bed. And she does that every night. And I think she has dominated Hank out of that bedroom, because Hank does not like to go in that bedroom for nothing, especially when Aria's in there. It's like she has made it known that the bedroom is her domain and he's not allowed. Seriously? You're just going to lay down right there in the, huh? Excuse me. There, you can lay down like that. There you go. There you go. Now you're not in the way. See? And this here lately is Hank 24/7. If I'm at home, this is where he wants to be. Right here. Right in front of me. Where was it? I saw it. I saw one. Where did I see it? There it is. I think I got all the W's. Cool. Wait. little break while Mr. Bossy chews on his rope toy, and then comes Mr. Humpy and does Mr. Bossy. Okay. Are you saying that like Mr. Humpy comes and humps Mr. Bossy and then y'all go to sleep? Oh, wow. That is a different nightly routine. I had to break Hank of that humping thing. Even though he's fixed, I didn't realize that's what he was doing. Like, but when Hank is in the bedroom making biscuits, he's actually humping. They say it's a form of cat masturbation. I did not know that. Once I learned that's what he was doing, it's like if he starts doing that, I'm like pushing off of me because I don't want that. Yeah, he'll even leave a little wet spot. If I let him sit there and do it long enough, he'll leave a little wet spot on the blanket. They say male cats do it as a coping mechanism. Oh, wow. Okay, then. Dogs are such strange creatures. Honey, I'm not going to say cats aren't, because cats are just as strange in their own way. They say dogs hump like that as a coping mechanism too. I'm sure he'll be glad to make that litter. He's like, I've been practicing this for a while. Hi, Hank. You're such a good boy. Here, get up there. Oh, there you go. Get there and lay down, buddy. No, lay down. No, I don't. No, we're not going to get on the desk anymore. No. No. Okay. I guess we are going to get on the desk. What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, and after he's bred once, he might stop the humping thing. Or he'll get worse, one or the other. You got a man there with you, Nana? He wants attention. Oh, okay. Oh, Hank. Okay, yeah, okay. I get it now. The way you said that, though, is like, I got to run now. He wants attention. I'm like, what? Something you ain't been telling me, Nana. Thank God. I was gonna say I didn't think you were really open to that. All right, Nana. Well, you have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. When those diamond painting comes in, I'll get a hold of y'all and we'll figure out how to get them up there to you. They should be in probably within the next week or so because they're already in the U.S. The tracking shows they're already in the States. Are you taking off, Diane? Oh. All right, Deborah. Have a good night. Good night, Diane. Thanks for stopping in. We do this every Sunday night, unless there's a NASCAR race on. and then I normally take that night off. But or unless I'm out hiking, because I can't exactly go live from out on the trail. But yeah, we do this every Sunday night, 8 p.m. So you're welcome to stop by again anytime. We're glad to have you. Funny part is I'm the one that should actually be signing off and going to sleep. I really probably shouldn't even go on live tonight because I did not go to bed last night. So I'm still awake from yesterday. Well, see, that happens on weekends. I end up sleeping in. And if I sleep till like noon, then I'm up all night the next night. So I guess I'm going on, well, midnight tonight will be 36 hours. But see, I did that. I also did that on Tuesday. I I slept in so late on Monday that by the time I felt tired on Tuesday morning, it was 4:30 in the morning, and I didn't really feel tired enough to actually go to bed. So I just threw on my work clothes and went to work. I've learned that I've worked well when I've had no sleep. I can actually focus. Believe it or not, my ADD is weird. I can focus better after I've been awake for 24 hours, and I can do a better job at work after no sleep. We'll figure that one out. Everybody done left. We got 9 people sitting here watching. Hank. 10 if you count Hank. Well, last night, not last night, but night before last, I sat here and I drank both of these little things back to back. And it wasn't enough to get me buzzed or drunk or anything. But the problem I have with alcohol is if I don't drink enough to get myself buzzed, then it just knocks me out. And that's exactly what it did on Friday night. It just knocked me out. And then I ended up sleeping in yesterday until like noon, 12:30. And before I even knew it, sitting here diamond painting, it was, 5 o'clock in the morning. And then I looked outside and it was light outside. Well, I didn't even know what time it was. I just happened to look up and look out my window and it was light outside. And I was like, oh, I've been up all night. Well, see, I don't know if it's ADD or ADHD, but I have all the classic symptoms of, I've never been diagnosed, but I have all the classic symptoms of like an adult ADD, where I have trouble organizing things and keeping things organized. I have trouble with time management, and that sort of thing. And I have a lot of intrusive thoughts, like stuff that has nothing to do with what I'm working on at the moment or what I'm trying to do at the moment. And it's like when I was trying to do my own graphic design, web design stuff from home, I had jobs to do. And it would take me an hour of sitting there trying to, for lack of a better term, get my shit together in the morning to start working before I was able to actually even sit down and do anything productive. But half the time what happened is I would sit down to get my shit together. And while I'm sitting there drinking coffee, I'd surf Facebook and I would find an article or something and I'd end up reading that. And, at the bottom of all those articles, they always have links to other articles that might interest you. And I end up getting lost in a rabbit hole all day and I get nothing done productively whatsoever. It's like everything else catches my attention. And that becomes a must do right now thing instead of, oh, I have to remember to come back to that later type of thing. But I'm one of those kind of people, like if I'm in a conversation and I have something I have to say it right then, or I'll forget that I wanted to say it. Because by the time I get a chance to say it, I'll have forgotten what I wanted to say. So now that I've got insurance, I actually need to start making an appointment and going to a professional and having them look into it for me and tell me what the world's wrong with me and maybe possibly getting me on some kind of medication to fix me so that I can actually perform my job duties at work properly so I don't get written up again like I did last week for having 56 unserviced accounts on my route last month. Because I have to call, I'm sure y'all have been hearing this when I talk about it, is I have to call and schedule all my own route every month. And the problem is I sit down to do it. And there's so much involved with trying to organize this route because I have such a huge route with towns all over West Alabama. And I just have a hard time. I sit there and open up the app and none of it is in any kind of order. And it's up to me to try to put it all in order, but at the same time, I have to put it in an order that the customers can, be home when I need to go there. So I have to call all of them, and I just don't know where to fit them all in, and my whole brain just goes nuts, and something doesn't want to compute, and it just shuts down. And that happens to me constantly. So I ended up not calling most of my customers, at least half of my customers on my route last month, and not getting them scheduled, and then therefore not servicing them, and I got wrote up for it. So far this month, I'm doing good with it. I've kind of put together a little system. Some friends from the Zoom that I hang out in kind of gave me some tips and advice that I've been working with. And so far, so good this month. I actually have not had to show up at work and tell the boss that I don't have anything scheduled for today, but I'll figure out something, which was my excuses last month. But see, a lot of that isn't a problem with me if I just don't sleep. It's like the more tired I am, the better I can focus. Maybe it's because my brain is so tired that it can't try to focus on multiple things at once. It seems so odd because I've always been this way, like always. I can't remember a time that I wasn't like this, but I've never sought help for it because I always thought, I can deal with this on my own. I can take care of it. I can handle it. I can work around it. But now it's affecting my job. Now, a lot of people would just say, well, why don't you go get a different job where you won't have to worry about trying to keep track of so many things at one time and not have all that confusion and things and all that. But if I can get this job to where I've got everything organized to a point where every customer knows what day of the month I'm coming out, just instinctively knows it because, I'm going to that town on the third Thursday or going to that town on the second Wednesday. Once I get that set up that way, it'll be a lot easier and I'll make a lot of money. People are active on Facebook Messenger tonight. Wow. They're having a whole conversation on Messenger. It'd be nice if I could finish this section before I go to bed tonight. We're back up to 11 people. Hello, all 11 people. Oh yeah, I need to put my Need to put my link stuff in here again. So, sure you all know it by now. I have merch with Hank on it. I need to make some Aria merch. I just added pet t-shirts. To the store. I was trying to find a different seller, but the problem is the other one that I found that has a much better selection of items, that has a lot more of the stuff that people would want. They're a print on demand shipper, which is what Teespring is, which is I currently use. But the only problem is they don't offer you the storefront to go along with it. Like Teespring, they just give me a link to my storefront, and I can customize the storefront to a point right there on their site, and it doesn't cost any extra or anything. And then I can just provide the link to it, and you can go in and see everything I've got, order it. They ship it. They deal with the shipping, the handling, all that, the printing and everything. It's all hands off to me. I just create the items. I pick out the items that I want to put my logos and stuff on, and I put it in the place where it's supposed to go on the item, on their little design thing, and then I just save it and set a price for it. And but I found another one that has a lot more items and a lot more selection and things that I never thought I could put my logo on. Like they even have like women's undergarments that you can put your logo on. Like I don't know that I would put my logo on women's undergarments, but I think it'd be kind of funny to have a pair of women's undergarments that has a big I Heart DP on them. I think that would be hilarious. But the problem is they don't offer you the storefront as part of their deal. So you have to actually connect your store to a storefront on another site like Shopify or whatever. And Shopify costs like $23 a month. Well, I'm not doing enough in merch sales to even cover that 23 something a month. I've had like 4 orders since I opened it. Like 2 t-shirts, a sticker, and a 32-ounce stainless steel water bottle. So it wouldn't be worth my paying a monthly fee for Shopify for me to put that up there. But in case anybody's interested, be great if you went and took a look at it, maybe found something small you liked. That is my merch shop. And then click. I have my Patreon, which if you're not a Patreon member yet, what I'm doing over there is I'm doing all the stuff that I wouldn't put on my diamond painting channel, like my other hobbies, my other things that I do, stuff like that. Right now, I'm doing a several week-long series of rock tumbling, from picking out the rocks that I'm going to throw in the tumbler all the way through all of the stages of grit coming out nice and shiny on the other end. We're currently getting ready to film the third week. And that's the Patreon. And it didn't copy the actual link. Great. Copy. Bev, I have 3 patrons. Yes, I have 3 patrons now. I had 4. But one of them, I think their payment method got declined or something, and it didn't go through. So I now only have 3. Yeah, I thought the pet tees were cute. I really did. I was like, I saw those when I was scrolling through other items that I hadn't done and I hadn't looked at yet. And I saw the pet tees and I was like, oh, I've got to do a pet tee with Hank on it. So yeah, I think tomorrow after work, I'll come home from work. I will call all the customers I need to do to get Tuesday scheduled. And then I will film the 3rd week of the rock tumbling, which I had to actually, it should only be a 4-week process, but I actually put the stuff that I had just put in through week 1 or through stage 1. I put it back through stage 1 a second time to get it a little smoother because it still had some like little divots and stuff in it that I didn't want in there. And so they'll be ready to go into stage 2. So it's actually probably going to be a 5-week series instead of a 4-week. But and then I got to figure out what I'm going to do for the next thing. Am I going to go on a hike? Take y'all with me on a hike? Am I going to just do a day in the life of and take you to work with me for a day? Then the logistics of trying to film at work while I'm in customers' houses is going to be a little weird. I mean, I always wear my phone on my belt in a clip, like a holster clip, with the camera facing out anyway. So, I mean, I could film in the house and nobody would even know it. I just don't want to get customers' faces and names and stuff like that on there. I mean, I can, in post, I can bleep out names or whatever. That's not a big issue. Blur faces. Man, if y'all saw the video I took in one customer's house last couple weeks ago, oh my Lord. Moved his refrigerator. The guy had roaches. Like, it's a family, actually. They had roaches so bad. You could smell them when you walked in the door. Broad daylight, these things are just walking up the walls casually and crawling across the ceiling and falling on you, and they're just nasty. They're on everything in the house. Like, everywhere. Just nasty roaches everywhere. So we pulled this guy's refrigerator out because if you know anything about roaches, the first place they all congregate to is the compressor underneath the refrigerator, on the back of the refrigerator. That's where they like to nest at. Moved this dude's refrigerator out of the way, and it looked like his floor was moving. And I got video of it while we were moving the refrigerator out of the way. They were like clinging together in heaps on the wall behind the fridge. And as soon as you move the fridge, they tried to scatter, and they were running up the walls, and the floor was moving, it looked like, and they were running out from underneath there on the floor. I mean, I was like doing a dance because they were like trying to crawl on me. Before I left his house, I got him to help me brush myself off, and there had been 15 roaches crawling on me. And I got home, and I usually wear like Under Armour leggings underneath of my work uniform. So I got to my front door before I came in the house. right out there on the patio, I stripped down to my leggings and my undershirt that I had on, my Under Armour undershirt. And as soon as I put it on the ground, another roach came crawling out of my pants that I had on. So I was like, oh, nice. I almost brought a hitchhiker home with me. That's the dangers of this job, is bringing your work home with you, especially if you go into a house that has bed bugs. I don't care what it looks like. I will strip down naked on the front porch if I go into a house that's got bed bugs. There is no way in hell those are coming into my house in any possible way. In fact, when we go out and do bed bug jobs where we go in and clear out the house of all the bed bugs, we go in wearing Tyvek suits. No, I was actually thinking, as we were sitting there talking about Patreon, I was actually thinking about another tier of membership, like, or maybe even like a donation thing, not even for Patreon, but maybe like, I have these awesome Bob Ross style paintings that I've been doing. And I have all the supplies here to do them, and I really enjoy making them. I was thinking for like a donation to the channel of like $100, I would paint the donator one of the Bob Ross paintings. I think that would be an interesting thing. I don't know how well that would go over, but the only problem with doing that is if I paint that, because I use oils, it'll be, even after I paint it, it'll be weeks before I can ship it. Yeah, I mean, that, how much, that would be awesome. And I know where I can go to get like custom holiday cards made up. So I'm thinking like, come holiday season, all of my patrons would get a personalized holiday card from me. I think that'd be kind of cool. I used to be I used to pay for a Patreon membership for a YouTuber I used to watch a lot who does um, slot gambling. Like he goes into casinos and films himself, and he also does like what he calls group pulls, where everybody chips in X amount of dollars. Each person chips in X amount of dollars, and then they put it all in. Like they decide on one machine, and they go put it all in one machine, and then they each get to pull the amount of pulls that their money that they donated towards it would grant them, and then they split whatever profit they made amongst everybody evenly. His name is Brian Christopher, and he's so interesting to watch, and he's a lot of fun to watch. And I was a Patreon member of his for a while, and every quarter he sends out a postcard. It's a picture of him that was taken at one of the casinos or whatever. Every quarter he sends one out. And I've got several of them still here that he had sent out to us. I mean, I got stuff like that I can do. I don't know. I got all these ideas. It's just implementing them all and trying to do it on a budget on my end. Yeah, that's an idea too. I mean, right now I've got 3 patrons, but I mean, I could do a poll on YouTube of, what all my YouTube subscribers think about it, because that could be something that could be open to anybody and not just Patreon members. Like, if you donate this to me by PayPal or whatever, then you're going to get one of these paintings. That would be, it won't be one of the ones I've already got hanging on my wall. Those are kind of my prototypes. They were my first, so they stay with me. But I don't know if y'all ever saw them or not. I did one live on YouTube one night. We got Hank. We got Buddy. This one I did live on YouTube one night. And this one I did while I was on Zoom one day. I just felt froggy and felt like trying to do it. That was my very first. But I would also have to figure in how much would it cost to ship it and really the only, I mean, I'd be using paint, but I already have all the paint and I have it in huge tubes already. So it's not like I'm going to run out of that anytime soon and have to replace it. So the only cost up front for me would be the canvases. And depending on what kind, if you want something like an archival quality canvas, like the first one I showed was a thick, really nice museum quality canvas. Those are like $25 a piece. And that second one is a cheap ass canvas that I don't really like using. It's got a board in the back that runs down the middle of it, and when you're trying to do your brush strokes, the canvas pushes in against that board, and you can see the two lines down the middle where either the edges of the little stick is. I don't know if it's a talent or if I'm just good at following directions, because that's really all I did was I just followed Bob's directions. And he is kind of right. Anybody can do it. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to know how to draw. Anybody can do it. But Bob doesn't tell you everything in the show. Like, he leaves out little bits that you kind of have to learn on your own, like how heavy to load the brush up with pigment for the sky. The one that really messed me up on the very first time I tried to do it, he always says he starts out with a thin, even coat of liquid white on the canvas. Well, I thought I had put a thin, even coat of liquid white on the canvas, but apparently it was too thick of a coat of liquid white on the canvas, and all I was doing was smearing paint around on the canvas, trying to paint over top of the liquid white because it was too much of it. And then I found this new guy who's on the Bob Ross channel, who's basically keeping the dream alive. He's a Bob Ross certified instructor. And he actually goes into a little more detail than what Bob did on what he's doing and the way to know if you're doing it right or not. And he taught me a couple of tricks watching that. And I was like, oh, once I got that, everything else is easy. It just kind of falls right into place. And the more you do it, the faster you get with it. So I don't know if it's a talent. I'm good at following directions. Hank, come a doodle doo. Yeah, and yeah, that's true. Once you've learned the technique of how to make a mountain, or once you've learned the technique of how to make that distant tree line, or how to make a close-up tree, like Bob always did the happy little trees. Once you've learned that technique, you can just combine the different techniques and make it look like anything you want to. That's the beauty of it, is you don't have to do the exact same painting Bob does on the episode every time. You can, it's like you said, it's your world. If you want a cloud here, you put a cloud here. If you want a tree over here, you put a tree over here. But once you know the technique of how to do each one of those things, yeah, it's really easy. mean, like anything, it does take a lot of practice. And each time I do one, I learn a different little tip that makes it work easier or look better or whatever. Hank. You're just sitting there staring at me, and it's kind of creepy, buddy. It's a little creepy. It's like you're trying to steal my soul or something. Oh, I almost got 2 colors done tonight. But that's a good half of that section is just 2 colors. And I got one more spot that I can multi-place in too. Look at that. I almost got her done. Yeah, isn't it nice? It's not bad for one night, but like I said, it's 2 colors. They just kind of, it's 2 different colors of blue. You really can't tell because they're so close in shade that the camera isn't picking up the difference. Let me put my, yeah, the camera won't even pick it up with a shadow. They're just so similar in shade. I'm actually anxious to get into something more than just this blue water down here and this wall that's right here. Because that's what this is. This is like a wall. And then there's another wall on the other side over there. And of course, you can tell where the castle is. It's right in the middle. So now, from here on out, I'm done with that. My sides over here will be sky. And the glow around the edge of the castle. And then everything else will all be castle. And then it'll start coming together as something that you can actually, tangibly see. And I'm anxious to get to that. I mean, you can see the main entrance. There's the door. And this right here is the main front first tower. And there's another one right there going up. And this thing is going to have to be seen from like across the room to blend together properly and not be pixelated. Even though you got 100 colors and it's so huge, the size of it kind of makes it, you have to stand back a lot farther from it to actually, for it to look right. The face. There isn't a face on the castle. At least not that I know of. Yeah, that's what I was telling. That's what I was looking at. The problem is my granddaughter's bedroom is so small that she'll never be far enough away from it to actually see it properly. Oh, the fade. Yeah. Yeah, and it does, like if I take a picture of it, like if I stand in my chair and take a picture of it looking down on it, it's gorgeous. Like the camera picks it up better than what the naked eye does. The camera actually blends it all together better than the naked eye does. And so in pictures, it's stunning. I'll have to post a picture. When I get this corner here done, I'm going to take all the stuff off the desk and off the top of it, and I'm going to take a picture of it like it is, the entire length, width of it and everything, and I'll post that up on my in my Facebook group and on my page so that everyone can see what it looks like, what it will look like from a distance. Autocorrect is stupid. Autocorrect is the dumbest AI ever made because it doesn't learn. Like it always seems to, like every time I go to type in something, it'll try to correct it, but it'll still give you the original what you typed up there that you can click on too. And I'll do that, figuring, okay, the AI will learn that that's what I'm trying to type when I type this. Nope. Every single time I try to type the word, it still tries to autocorrect it. And I've done got hooked on this stupid game. Okay, I have an app called Cash Giraffe, and it's legit. It truly is legit. It's an app called Cash Giraffe. You can download it, install it, sign up for the account, whatever. It's free. But it just gives you games that are linked to it that you can play, and you get paid to play those games. Like, it's got Candy Crush. It's got the Candy Crush Soda Saga and the regular Candy Crush. You can play that, and over time you build up points. Like it goes by how long you play. Like when you first start playing, it'll pay out so many points every minute, and then after a little while, it goes to every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes. It'll pay out points, and once you have enough points, you can actually cash out to PayPal. I've already cashed out $20 playing this game for like a week. and I'm close to getting my second $20 now in the second week. So you're not going to get rich quick, but if you're just playing games anyway, you're getting paid to play them. And there's a game in there called Coin Masters. Oh my God, that game is so addictive. Yeah, no one ever uses ducking in a sentence. No. At least not in the sense of what autocorrect is correcting. Nope, no matter rolls. Yeah, this one's really simple. It's like, okay, you've got like this little dice, and you roll the dice, and they're like slot machine. And you only get so many rolls for however long, but you're trying, you can earn more rolls as you're rolling. But then it's like a little village game where you have to build your little village. So like if I go in there and I scroll, like, I don't want my piggy bank. No, I don't want that. Like if I zoom out there, I've got like a little village there that I built around my dice game. And you have to complete all of your buildings at like 5 different levels. And the money you earn rolling the dice, you use to build the buildings up. Well, then what happens is, as part of the dice roll, sometimes it'll land on like a question marks, and that'll give you one of your cards that you can use. You can use a steel card, which means it takes you to some other random player's village, and it has some X's on the ground, and you mark the X's, and you can steal from them. Well, in this game here, you actually roll dice, and if you get the bomb symbol, then your steal is over. But if you keep getting the numbers, it'll keep adding up what you're stealing from them in money wise. But then you have attack as well, which you can actually destroy part of their village if they don't have shields up, and you earn shields from the rolling too. And it's just so simple, mind-numbing fun. But the other one is Coin Masters, and it actually is a little 3-reel slot machine, and it does exactly the same thing other than it's a slot machine. And if you add friends, if I can add friends that don't already play the game, it just seems like that everybody I try to add as a friend already plays the game. So it's like it doesn't do me any good because I need to add one person that doesn't actually play it so that I can get more free rolls. And I can also add friends on Cash Giraffe, and I can earn 25% of whatever points they earn by playing games, and they'll earn 25% of mine. Hank. He just jumped up on my desk and knocked something over and scared the hell out of me. Where did my pen go? There it is. That's what I was supposed to do today. I was actually supposed to clear that desk off. When I get done here, I've got to throw my stuff in the dryer for my work clothes tomorrow. And I've got to do my paperwork from Friday still. Well, I finished up that color. 2 of the main colors of that section done. Yeah, I'm just going to start talking that way, Bev. Like, what the duck is going on around here? You know? I mean, honestly, if we're being honest here, text has dramatically changed the English language within the past, 10 years? Dramatically changed the English language and the way things are written and spelled and everything else. Hank, you don't have anywhere else you could do that at? You have to sit right there at the tripod and like lean against it while you're cleaning yourself and shaking the camera around? You're so funny. What are all those bumps on your... What are all those bumps? He's got all these bumps around the back of his neck. Are they flea bites? You got a big one right there. He's got all these hard bumps, especially right around his neck. You got fleas, buddy? Do I need to go take you and get you flea dipped? Do they even still do that? Like, I remember that as a kid. Like, they used to always like have a free thing in town, like once a year, every summer or whatever, where you could take your pets and have them flea dipped. Do they still do flea dipping, or have they found that that's harmful? Because I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that said in so long about free flea dipping. Because remember, they used to just grab the dog or the cat and just dunk them like they were baptized.
Doesn't that charge you money? Fake it. Can't catch out to your baby instantly. If you experience anything, download YouTube now.
Arya, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Hi. Hi. Oh, come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi. Your fans want to see you. There you are. Hi, Arya. Why'd you do that to him? Yeah, I know, Hank. Aria, be nice. You be nice. Hi, Hank. So he comes over just to lick my chin. You good boy. All right, cats. Come here, Aria. Oh, pretty girl. You're a pretty girl. That's all Aria does. She sleeps and grooms. Sleeps and grooms. Aria is Little Miss Princess. If you as much as touch her, then she will groom the spot you touched her in for like a half hour. I don't know. Her and Hank are she doesn't I don't know. I think they're sibling rivalry now or something. Because it used to be that she would just walk up to Hank and just randomly start licking him on the head. And then they would sit there and like make out in the floor, licking each other. But now she comes up to him and she sniffs him like she wants to like lick him. And then she hisses at him and swats at him. And poor Hank just takes it and just walks away. And it's like, really? You big wuss? She's just a little Aria. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she doesn't like that sticky stuff. Nope. Hank doesn't like it either, but he'll step in it and then he'll sit there and shake his paw. Like, it's funny to watch. Is that your purpose, Aria? Is that your purpose, to be pretty? Huh? Is that what it is? Is your whole purpose in life to be pretty? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You want me to be pretty too? Okay. She's giving Hank stink eye while I'm petting her head. What have you done to her? Hmm? What have you done to her to make her that way, that she's constantly mad at you? Hmm? Oh, little Miss Aria. Hank. All right, y'all. It's getting to be that time. I got to get these kitty cats. They're good food. Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? Didn't you? Huh? You heard good food. Yeah. I got to get them. They're good food. I got to get my stuff put in the dryer for work tomorrow. And I got to get my paperwork done from Friday. So it is about that time. It's 11 o'clock almost. So it's time to sign off. I'll be back again next weekend. I don't think there's a race on Sunday night. So, nope. Matter of fact, there isn't. Next Sunday is Sonoma Road Course in the afternoon. So, I don't think there's any more night races left this year, except championship night. So I will see y'all again next Sunday, 8 p.m. like normal, Central Time. Oh, the air conditioner finally decided to kick off. I've been yelling over it all night. Yeah, you want good food? Are you? Want good food? Do you want good food? Hank's like rubbing his face on my chin. Effing Dave. Yep, that's me. All right, y'all. Have a great week. And I'll see you again 1 week from tonight. So until then, rock on, y'all. Roll Tide.